Hello everyone, and welcome to English R&L, your place to learn English in a clear, practical, and effective way. If you've ever dreamed of speaking English fluently, sounding natural like a native speaker, and understanding real conversations in the US or other English-speaking countries, then you are in the right place. Learning English is not just about memorizing words or grammar rules. It's about training your ears to listen carefully and your mouth to pronounce clearly. At English R&L, we focus on exactly that: R for listening, L for learning listening, and learning together step by step. In this program, you will learn through 4 powerful parts that connect smoothly with each other. 1. Mastering pronunciation. Basics, where you'll train your tongue, lips, and ears to recognize and reproduce the core sounds of English, just like native speakers do. To building listening power, where you'll practice with real-life examples from the US and other English-speaking countries, so your ears get used to natural speed and accent. 3. Speaking with confidence, where you'll learn to link sounds, use rhythm, and practice short conversations that make you sound natural in daily life. For living English every day, where you'll discover how to take English outside of lessons and into your daily routine, turning real situations into language practice. By following these 4 steps, you won't just learn English. You will live it, feel it, and speak it like a native. So, grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let's begin this journey together. Welcome again to English R&L, where listening meets learning, and where English becomes a natural part of your life. And now, let's begin. Part 1. Building the foundation, listening, and pronunciation for real-life English introduction. Why listening and pronunciation matter when learning English. Many students focus mainly on grammar and vocabulary. They can read and write fairly well, but when it comes to listening and speaking with native speakers, they struggle. This happens because real-life English sounds very different from the written form. Words connect, sounds disappear, and pronunciation often changes depending on the situation. For example, an American might say, written, "I am going to go to the store." Real spoken English, "I'm gonna go to the store." If you are not trained to listen to this natural rhythm, you may not recognize even simple sentences. The same goes for pronunciation. Speaking like a textbook is understandable, but if you want to sound natural and confident, you need to shape your pronunciation in a way that matches the rhythm, stress, and intonation of native speakers. This is why we begin our journey with listening and pronunciation practice. In this part, you will learn strategies to train your ears, develop clear pronunciation, and start thinking in English like a native speaker. 1. The foundation of active listening. Listening is not a passive activity. In fact, to improve your listening, you must listen actively. That means paying attention not just to words, but also to sounds, intonation, rhythm, and context. 1. The reality of native speech in the United States or the United Kingdom. People rarely speak in perfect textbook English. Instead, they use contractions. I am gives, I'm, you are gives your. Connected speech, want to gives want to, going to gives gonna. Reduced sounds, what do you want? Gives what do you want? For learners, this can feel like a completely different language. But the key is, native speakers are not speaking fast. They are speaking naturally. Once you train your ears, you will notice the patterns. 1. 2. Practical listening exercise. A short clip from an American TV show, for example, Friends or Modern Family. Choose a scene that is 30 to 60 seconds long. Follow these steps. Listen without subtitles. Try to catch the overall meaning. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Listen again with subtitles. Notice the words you missed. Write down what you hear. This is called dictation practice. Compare with the subtitles. Pay attention to contractions and reductions. Repeat out loud. Copy the rhythm and pronunciation. This method, if done daily, will train your ears to hear the real English spoken in the US and other countries. 2. Understanding pronunciation. The building blocks listening and pronunciation are like two sides of the same coin. If you improve your listening, your pronunciation will naturally improve, because you begin to hear sounds correctly. At the same time, when you practice pronouncing correctly, you train your brain to recognize those sounds in conversation. 2.1. Vowel sounds. English has many vowel sounds that do not exist in Vietnamese or other languages. For example, ship e versus sheep, e full u versus full u per in the US. Mispronouncing vowels can cause confusion. Imagine you say beach but pronounce it like bitch. That creates an awkward situation. Exercise. Record yourself saying pairs of words. Ship, sheep, bit, beat, full hat, heart. Listen to American pronunciation on YouTube or online dictionaries, Cambridge, Oxford. Then compare with your recording. Adjust until your pronunciation matches. 2.2 Consonant sounds. Some English consonants are especially difficult. Common challenges. As in think, many learners replace it with S or T. As in this, often replaced with D or Z. R and per L. Confusion for some learners. Practical tip. In the us, people will understand you, even with an accent, but mispronouncing these sounds may cause confusion. For example, 3 gives. If pronounced tree, people may misunderstand. Rice versus lice. Exercise. Practice tongue placement. For think, put your tongue lightly between your teeth and blow air. For this, put your tongue in the same place but vibrate your vocal cords. 2.3 Word stress. English is a stress-timed language. This means some syllables are longer and stronger, while others are shorter and weaker. Example, calm-poo-tur. The second syllable is stressed. If you stress the wrong syllable, it can confuse listeners. Present noun, a gift. Present verb, to give or introduce. Exercise. Take 10 common 2-syllable words. Identify stress by listening to native pronunciation. Then practice saying them aloud. 3. Linking listening with pronunciation. Now that you understand the basics, let's connect listening and speaking. 3.1 Shadowing technique. This technique is used by language learners worldwide, including students preparing for life in the US. It works like this. Listen to a short audio 10 to 15 seconds. Play it again and speak at the same time as the speaker, copying intonation, stress, and rhythm. Do not pause. Even if you miss words, keep going. This method trains your mouth and ears together. Example, practice material, US news clips, CNN, NBC, or podcasts. 3.2 Real-life example. Ordering at a restaurant. In the US, imagine you are in New York, at a restaurant. The waiter says quickly, "Hey, how's it going? You ready to order? Or do you need a few more minutes?" At first, this might sound like one long word. But if you practice listening to real-life conversations, you will catch the rhythm. How's it going? Equals, how is it going? Yeah, ready, equals, are you ready? Do, equals, do you? Your response, I'm ready to order. I'll have the chicken salad, please. Or, if not ready, could I have a few more minutes? Shadowing this dialogue will prepare you for real conversations. 4. Immersing yourself in native English to sound natural. You must surround yourself with natural English. 4.1 Daily listening habits. Podcasts. Listen while commuting. Examples: This American Life, The Daily New York Times. TV shows. Start with sitcoms. Friends, How I Met Your Mother, Clear Everyday English. News. American or British news channels help you hear formal pronunciation. Set a daily goal. At least 20 minutes of active listening. 4.2 Speaking. Practice. Find opportunities to speak. Join online language exchange platforms, for example, with Americans or Canadians. Practice with voice recognition. App. Say sentences and check if the app understands. Record yourself reading U.S. news headlines and compare with the native recording. 4.3 Think in English in daily life. Stop translating from Vietnamese to English. Instead, when cooking, think, I need to cut the onion. On the bus, the man is wearing a blue shirt. At night, I had a busy day today. This helps your brain connect sounds directly to meaning, just like native speakers. 5. Cultural connection. Why pronunciation matters in the U.S. In the U.S., people are generally friendly and open to accents. You do not need to sound 100% American, but clear pronunciation helps in job interviews, making friends, customer service, ordering food, asking for help. For example, if you say I want a sheet of paper but pronounce sheet incorrectly, it might sound like a rude word. Practicing correct pronunciation avoids embarrassing mistakes. Also, American English has a unique rhythm. Connected, musical. Learning, it helps you feel part of conversations instead of lost. 6. Action plan for Part 1. Here's your 7-day action plan to start improving listening and pronunciation. Day 1. Choose one American TV clip. 30 seconds. Listen and write what you hear. Compare with subtitles. Day 2. Practice vowel pairs: ship, sheep, bit, beat, record, and compare. Day 3. Practice consonant sounds: EHR, per L. Day 4. Shadow. A short U.S. podcast, 10 to 15 seconds. Day 5. Role play. Ordering food at an American restaurant. Day 6. Listen to a news clip. Write down stressed syllables. Day 7. Record yourself speaking about your day in English. Listen and correct. Repeat weekly with new materials. Part 2. Intonation, rhythm, and connected speech, sounding natural in real conversations. Introduction. In Part 1, we focused on listening actively, learning the basic sounds of English, and using shadowing techniques to build a strong foundation. Now that you can recognize and produce clearer sounds, it's time to go deeper. Native speakers are not just pronouncing individual words. They are using intonation, voice, melody, rhythm, timing, and stress, and connected speech, linking words together. These 3 elements are the secret to sounding natural and understanding real conversations in the US, the UK, Canada, or Australia. If you master this, you won't just speak English. You'll sound like someone who belongs in an English-speaking environment. 1. Intonation. The music of English. 1.1 What is intonation? Intonation is the melody of a sentence, the rise and fall of your voice. In English, intonation communicates emotion, attitude, and meaning. For example, in American English, falling intonation, statements, and WH questions. I live in New York. Where are you going? Rising intonation. Yes, no questions, uncertainty. Are you coming tonight? Fall rise intonation. Polite requests, doubt, or continuation. I'd like some coffee, if you have any. 1.2 Why intonation is crucial in the U.S. In American culture, intonation is not just about grammar. It also shows politeness and friendliness. If you say thanks with flat intonation, it may sound cold. If you say thanks with rising falling intonation, it sounds warm and genuine. Americans often use intonation to show enthusiasm, especially in customer service. For example, when you order at Starbucks, the barista might say, "Good morning. What can I get started for you today?" The melody makes the conversation feel friendly. 1.3 Practical intonation exercises. Listen and imitate. Watch clips from American TV shows, The Office, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Copy not just the words, but the rise and fall. Record yourself. Say the same sentence with different intonations. Really, surprise, doubt, interest. Daily practice. When speaking English, exaggerate intonation slightly. Over time, it will become natural. 2. Rhythm. Stress-timed English. 2.1 English is stress-timed unlike Vietnamese, which is syllable-timed. Every syllable is equal. English is stress-timed. This means that the time between stressed syllables is roughly equal, no matter how many unstressed syllables are in between. For example, I want to go to the store. Stress on want. Go, store. Even though to the is 2 syllables, they are said quickly to keep the rhythm. To point to content words versus function words, content words, stressed, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, function words, unstressed, articles, prepositions, aux, iliar, ies. Compare. Careful textbook English. I am going to the store. Natural American English. I'm going to the store. The rhythm highlights important words and reduces the rest. 2.3. Exercise. Tapping the beat. Clap your hands on stressed words. I want to eat some pizza. Clap on want, eat, pizza. Record yourself reading a U.S. news headline. Identify stressed words. Practice with songs. American pop songs are great for learning rhythm because the stress often matches the beat. 3. Connected speech linking. Like a native. 3.1. What is connected speech? Connected speech means words are not spoken separately. Instead, sounds connect or disappear. That's why did you eat yet? Sounds like you eat yet. In American English. 3.2. Common patterns in American English linking. Consonant to vowel. Turn off gives turn off, pick. It up gives piked up. Disappearing sounds. Elision. Next day gives next day. Most people gives most people. Assimilation sounds change. Don't you gives don'tcha. Got you gives gotcha. Reduction. Go into gives wanna. 3. Real life example. Talking in the U.S. At a coffee shop in Los Angeles, a barista might say, "What you're gonna have today?" This is actually, "What are you going to have today?" If you only know textbook English, you'll miss it, but if you've trained your ear to connected speech, you'll understand. 3.4 Exercises for connected speech. Listen for reductions. Watch American YouTube vlogs. Write down reduced phrases. Gonna wanna gotcha. Practice speaking fast. Say, "What do you want to do?" Quickly gives what'ya wanna do. Role play. Imagine you're in New York, ordering pizza. Practice the natural version. Textbook. I would like a slice of pepperoni pizza, please. Natural. Can I get a slice of pepperoni, please? 4. Putting it all together. Real conversations. 4.1. Dialogue practice. American setting situation. At a diner in Chicago. Waitress. Hey there. How's it going today? You. Pretty good, thanks. How about you, waitress? I'm good, thanks for askin'. You ready to order, or need a few more minutes? You, I'm ready. Can I get the cheeseburger? With fries. Waitress, sure thing. You want a drink with that? You, yeah. I'll have a Coke, please. Notice, contractions, reductions. Friendly intonation. 4.2, shadowing practice. Play this dialogue, or a real restaurant clip, from YouTube. Shadow it speak, at the same time as the actors. Focus on rhythm and intonation, not just words. 4.3 cultural tip: in the US, sounding flat or monotone may come across as uninterested or even rude. Adding natural intonation makes conversations smoother and friendlier. 5. Advanced listening strategies. 5.1 Listen for meaning. Not every word, native speakers often don't catch every word either. They rely on context. Example, if you hear, blah blah, meeting, 3 p.m. tomorrow, you know the important information without understanding every single word. 5.2 Train with speed. Listen to fast conversations. Like talk shows. At first, it feels impossible. But listen multiple times. Slowly, your brain adapts. 5.3 Use dictation plus shadowing together. Listen and write what you hear. Check with transcript. Shadow the correct version. This combination sharpens both listening and speaking. 6. Action plan. For part 2, here's a 7-day plan to practice intonation, rhythm, and connected speech. Day 1. Watch an American sitcom, 30 seconds. Mark intonation. Day 2. Practice clapping rhythm with 5 sentences. Day 3. Identify reductions in a US vlog, gonna wanna gotta. Day 4. Shadow a restaurant dialogue. Day 5. Record yourself asking yes, no questions with rising intonation. Day 6. Practice assimilation phrases. Doncha. Day 7. Role play, ordering food or asking directions. Using natural rhythm. Part 3. Advanced listening in real-life situations, conversations, discussions, and accents. And in Part 1, you built a foundation by focusing on active listening and clear pronunciation. In Part 2, you explored intonation, rhythm, and connected speech, the keys to sounding natural. Now, it's time to challenge yourself with advanced listening skills. Why? Because real life in the US, the UK, or Australia is messy. People interrupt each other. Multiple speakers talk at once. Accents vary widely. New York versus Texas versus California. Speed can feel overwhelming. This part will prepare you to survive and thrive in situations like a group discussion at work in New York, a college classroom in Boston, a family dinner conversation in Chicago. Understanding different English accents from around the world. If you can handle these, you're ready for almost any English-speaking situation. 1. Understanding group conversations. 1.1 The challenge of overlapping speech. In the U.S., it's common for people to talk at the same time. For example, in a group of friends at a cafe mall hall, Speaker A. So yesterday I went to Speaker B. Wait, was that the place on 5th Avenue? Speaker C. Oh yeah, I love that spot. At first it feels chaotic. But Americans are used to this rhythm. They can follow even when voices overlap. 1. 2. Strategy. Focus on keywords. Try to hear every word. Instead, listen for keywords that carry meaning. Place names, 5th Avenue, time words, yesterday, tomorrow, action words, went, love. If you catch these, you understand the topic, even if you miss the filler words. 1.3 Exercise group listening. Watch a clip of a U.S. talk show, Ellen, Jimmy Fallon, or The View. Write down the keywords, only ignore small words. After, summarize the main idea in 2 to 3 sentences. This trains you to filter out noise and focus on the message. 2. Listening in academic and professional settings. 2.1 College class example. In a university lecture in Boston, a professor might speak quickly, use academic vocabulary, and expect students to keep up. So what we see in the late 19th century is the rapid industrialization of American cities, which led to significant demographic shifts, particularly due to immigration. Key skill: note-taking. You don't need every word. Just 19th century gives industrialization, gives cities, gives immigration, gives demographic shifts. 2.2 Workplace meeting. Example it. A meeting in a New York office manager. Okay, so let's circle back on the marketing campaign. We need fresh ideas by next Monday. Tom, can you take the lead? Tom: yeah, sure. I'll draft a plan and share it with the team by Thursday. Notice phrases like circle back, common in American business English. 2.3 Exercise note-taking practice. Listen to a TED Talk. Choose a short one. Take notes using only keywords and arrows. Gives retell the talk in your own words. This builds confidence in academic and professional listening. 3. Adapting to different English accents. 3.1 American accents. New York accent, fast, some vowel changes. Coffee gives coffee. Southern accent Texas, Georgia, slower, drawn-out vowels. Nice gives notches. California accent, relaxed, often uses slang. Dude, like totally. 3.2 British accents received pronunciation, RP clear, often heard in BBC News. Cockney London, dropping the H and using glottal stops. Hotel gives hotel, butter gives boo. 3.3 Australian accent, often shortens words. Afternoon gives arvo, football gives FOOTY. 3.4 Strategy for learning accents. Start with your goal accent. For example, General American if you want to work in the US. Expose yourself gradually to others through YouTube, podcasts, movies. Identify unique features. New York vowels. British dropping, are closing parenthesis. 3.5 Exercise. Accent challenge. Choose one sentence. I'm going to the store this afternoon. Listen to it in different accents. YouTube compilations. Repeat each version. This builds flexibility. 4. Fast speech. Training your ears for point 1. The reality of speed in everyday conversations. Americans compress words. Example: did you eat yet? Gives jeet, yet. I don't know. Gives deno. At first, it sounds impossibly fast. But your brain can adapt. 4.2 Strategy. Slow motion training. Use YouTube's playback speed, 0.75x or 0.5x. Listen at slow speed until you understand. Increase to normal speed. Shadow the speaker. 4.3 Exercise. Speed training. Take a clip from Saturday Night Live, fast comedy show. First, listen slowly. Then, try to catch the jokes at normal speed. Finally, repeat the dialogue with the same rhythm. 5. Cultural context in American listening. 5.1 Small talk. In the U.S., small talk is common. For example, in an elevator. How's it going? Good. How about you? This isn't deep conversation, it's politeness. 5.2 Humor and sarcasm. Americans often use sarcasm. Example: Friend A: wow, you're on time for once. Friend B: ha, very funny. If you take everything literally, you may misunderstand. 5.3 Idioms and expressions. Break a leg equals good luck. Piece of cake equals easy. Hit the road equals leave. Understanding idioms makes conversations smoother and Sason putting it all together. Practice C Scenario 1. At a family dinner in Chicago, Uncle says, Deja catch the Cubs game last night. You, not yet, but I heard it was close. Aunt, yeah, they pulled it off in the last inning. Here, you hear slang. Deja equals, did you? Local culture Cubs baseball. And casual rhythm. Scenario 2. In a job interview, in New York. Interviewer, tell me about a time you worked under pressure. You, sure. During my last project, we had to meet a tight deadline. I organized the tasks, and we delivered on time. Here, clarity and confidence are more important than slang. 7. Action plan for Part 3. Day 1. Watch a U.S. talk show clip. Identify keywords only. Day 2. Listen to a TED Talk. Take notes and summarize. Day 3. Compare 3 American accents, New York, Texas, California. Day 4. Practice speed training with a comedy show. Day 5. Role play, small talk, greetings, weather. Day 6. Learn 5 American idioms. Use them in sentences. Day 7. Record yourself having a mock interview in English. Asterisk. Part 4. Fluency and real conversation practice. Speak with confidence. Like a native introduction in Part 1, you learned how to listen actively and master the basic sounds of English. In Part 2, you discovered the importance of intonation, rhythm, and connected speech. In Part 3, you trained your ears for advanced listening handling, fast conversations, multiple speakers, and different accents. Now, it's time for the final step. Fluency in real conversations. Fluency is not just speaking fast, it means speaking naturally without long pauses. Responding in real time to different situations. Using phrases and expressions that sound authentic in the US, the UK, or Australia. Feeling confident in both casual chats and professional settings. This part will give you strategies, exercises, and real examples to help you speak English like a native. 1. The secret to fluency, thinking in English. 1.1 Why translating slows you down. Many learners translate from their native language to English in their heads before speaking. This causes delays and breaks fluency. For example, Vietnamese gives t, muon ung mt, ccc k ki ha. Gives translate, gives I want to drink a cup of coffee. By the time you finish, the moment may be gone. Native speakers don't think like that. They directly connect ideas to English words. 1.2 Strategy. Internal monologue. Narrate your day in English, even silently in your mind. On the bus, that man is reading a newspaper. In the kitchen, I'm making fried rice for lunch. Before bed, I had a busy day, but it was fun. This builds fluency because your brain gets used to producing English instantly. 1.3 Exercise daily reflection. Every night, record a 1-minute audio describing your day in English. Don't worry about mistakes. The goal is speed and flow. 2. Mastering common phrases and chunks of English. 2.1 Why phrases matter. Native speakers rarely build sentences word by word. Instead, they use ready-made chunks. For example, you know what I mean. At the end of the day. That's a good point. If you memorize these chunks, you don't have to think about grammar while speaking. 2.2 Essential American phrases. Casual conversations. How's it going? Equals how are you? Not bad. Can't complain. Equals I'm okay. Sounds good. Equals I agree. Professional settings. Let's circle back on that. Equals we'll discuss again later. I'll keep you posted. Equals I'll give you updates. That works for me. Equals I agree with the plan. 2.3 Exercise chunk practice. Choose 5 phrases per week. Use each phrase at least 3 times in real or practice conversations. Record yourself in role plays, for example. Using sounds good when making plans. Point 3. Building confidence in conversations. 3.1 The fear of mistakes. Many learners stay silent because they fear making mistakes. But in the US, people value communication more than perfection. Even if you make small grammar errors, as long as you speak clearly, people will understand. 3.2 Strategies for confidence. Prepare common answers. For example, job interview, or tell me about yourself. Learn filler phrases to buy time. That's a good question. Let me think for a second. Well, what I mean is, practice small talk, weather, weekend plans. Hobbies. 3.3 Role play. Example, small talk at the office. Colleague: Hey, how was your weekend? You: Pretty good, thanks. I went hiking. How about you? Colleague: Nice. I just relaxed at home. This simple exchange helps build relationships in American workplaces. 4. Fluency. Techniques to train daily. 4.1 Shadowing plus expansion. Step 1. Shadow a native speaker, copy, rhythm, tone. Step 2. Expand with your own words. Example, shadow gives I went to the store yesterday. Expand gives I went to the store yesterday, and I bought some fresh vegetables. 4.2 3-second rule. When asked a question, respond within 3 seconds. This forces you to speak without overthinking. Q. What do you do for fun? A. I usually watch movies and play basketball. 4.3 Conversation journaling. Write 5 possible questions you might hear in the US at school, work, or in daily life. Answer them in writing. Then, practice saying them out loud. 5. Real-life practice scenarios. 5.1 At a coffee shop in Seattle. Barista: Hi there. What can I get started for you? You: Hi, can I get a medium latte, please? Barista: For here or to go? You: To go, please. 5.2 Meeting new friends in Los Angeles. Friend: Hey, nice to meet you. Where are you from? You: I'm from Vietnam. I've been here for 2 months. Friend: Oh, cool. Do you like LA so far? You: Yeah. I love the weather here. It's really sunny. 5.3 Professional meeting in New York. Manager: Do you have any thoughts on this project? You: Yes. I think we should focus on social media first. That could bring in more customers. Manager: Good idea. Let's work on that. Practicing these dialogues prepares you for real situations. Point 6. Cultural fluency. More than just words. 6.1 Politeness. In the US, Americans often use please, thank you, sorry. Example, could I get some water, please? More polite than give me water. Closing parenthesis. 6.2 Body language. Eye contact shows confidence. Smiling makes you approachable. Nodding shows you're listening. 6.3 Small talk. Topic. Safe topics in the US. Weather: It's really hot today, isn't it? Sports: Did you see the game last night? Weekend plans: Got any plans for the weekend? Avoid at first. Politics, religion, money. 7. Fluency, growth plan. 30 days. Here's a 30-day challenge to build fluency. Week 1, thinking in English. Narrate daily activities in English. Record 1 minute about your day. Week 2, mastering phrases. Learn 5 new chunks per day. Use them in conversations or role-play. Week 3, real-life scenarios. Practice ordering food, making small talk, giving opinions. Shadow and expand dialogues. Week 4, Confidence in action. Join an online conversation group. Have at least 3 real conversations with English speakers. Record yourself in a mock interview. Conclusion. Fluency is the final step that brings together everything you've learned in parts 1, 2, 3. You now know how to listen actively and catch real speech. Sound natural with intonation, rhythm, and connected speech. Understand fast, messy conversations in different accents. Speak confidently, with natural phrases and cultural awareness. Imagine yourself in the US, ordering coffee smoothly, chatting with new friends, and participating in meetings confidently. That is fluency, not perfection, but natural communication that flows. This completes our 4-part journey. Now, it's up to you. Practice daily, be consistent, and step into real conversations with courage. Remember, don't aim to sound perfect. Aim to be understood, confident, and connected. That's what native-like fluency truly means.